Jones, Super Bowl champ. That's the quarterback. To his right, my dog Chase Daniel. To my right, Eagles Hall of Famer Shady McCoy. This is a facility. You could be anywhere. You're here. I have to apologize ahead of time for what I am going to do and what I am going to say.
Don't apologize.
This is one of them topics that gets a show like this passionate. Everybody here obviously played the game, so let's get to it. De'Vondre Campbell, I suggested he is a traitor. I suggested De'Vondre Campbell is a double agent. I suggested De'Vondre Campbell is something like Judas. You sat at the table, but you were plotting the 49ers' death. The 49ers are a team, historically, an organization of toughness. This isn't just my word. These are players who have lived it by their actions. Ronnie Lott, a historical great. He cut off his finger just so he could play in a game. My dear friend, my brother Marquise Goodwin, his wife had a stillbirth the day before. He plays in the game, catches the touchdown. He prays up to the sky. Christian McCaffrey, he had to go to Germany just to try to get on to the field. Rick Pearsall, he first-round pick. He got shot, and he played 6 weeks later. Fred Warner had a broken ankle, and he played the entirety of the season. Charvarius Mooney Ward, he lost a child, and he played this season. George Kittle, he has ligaments being held on together by a string. Dre Greenlaw tore his Achilles in a Super Bowl, and he played 10 months later. And all you got, De'Vondre Campbell, is a bruised ego? That's all you got? Players got shot. Players got broken bones. Players got torn ligaments. Players lost children. And all you got is a bruise. A bruised ego. Double agent. Traitor. You plotted this. You planned. You knew it was going to happen. Who'd you think you were? Who did you think you were? You didn't think you were Fred Warner, did you? You didn't think you were Dre Greenlaw, did you? You knew you were keeping their seat warm. You're keeping the seat warm until Dre gets back. Furthermore, you weren't even the Niners' first choice. They tried to sign Eric Kendricks. Have you forgotten? They couldn't sign Eric Kendricks. He goes to the Cowboys. That's why you were there. Placeholder. Play your place. You was a placeholder. But quit on your team in the middle of a must-win game? Traitor to me, double agent to me. I've never seen anything like it to me. You're sitting there at pregame meal 4 hours before kickoff at 1 p.m. Eastern Pacific time, and you plotting the Niners' death. That's how I took it. That's how I took it. I have never seen anything like this in my life. Embarrassed is not a good enough word to describe how Campbell should feel in this moment. I got too much more to say. I'm going to shut up for right now.
Take a breath.
Before I get in trouble. Shady McCoy, what you got to say?
The sprinklers about to come on right now.
Look.
Fire.
Look.
Yeah. I didn't like it. I ain't going to go that deep on it because that was real. That was National Ocean boys.
Yeah. Look.
If this happened in Philadelphia, I might be the same way. But you know what this shows me, though? That he don't want to play football no more. Yeah, when you do something like that, you put on your team, you tell the coach, yo, I ain't going back in. Yeah. Yo, we need a linebacker because the starting linebacker's hurt. You're not going to, nah, I ain't going in. Okay, cool. Every 32 coaches in the NFL, head coaches, they're not going to sign this dude. You know, it reminds me of Antonio Brown, good teammate of mine, good friend of mine. We've been cool for years. And when he left the field, right, took his equipment off, jersey off and all that, cleats off, took everything off, and ran up the field, that let me know, oh, yeah, he ready to call it quits. Yeah. So when people do stuff like this or they call the teammates, right, you don't want to play no more. And another thing is he's not young. He's not like a young dude that don't get it. Yeah. You're an older linebacker that's experienced, that has some really success in the NFL league. So you know right from wrong. And like sometimes I feel like as players where if we get benched or something like that, we're so mad at the team, right? And it really should be mad at the front office. Maybe the coaches, but not your players. Yeah. We your teammates. Yo, we need you. We trying to win this game, and we need you. So then when you do something like that, it's like, yo, you don't even care about us. I'll give you one little story real quick. Now, we all know that you talked about earlier, I'm an Eagles Hall of Famer, so I was really, really good at some point in my career. But everybody goes to this time where you become backups. No doubt. Right? No doubt. And with the Chiefs, if you don't really remember how things went in 2019 when we won the Super Bowl, I wasn't starting there. We had an issue with the Bills. I go to the Kansas City Chiefs, and I take over a starting job in, 3 games? I mean, Anyway, 3 games. But then it came a time where Eric Bieniemy, the coach, and et cetera, he didn't want to start me no more. Cool. But I told him, I said, Coach, I feel like I'm unfairly getting benched. But guess what? You can't break me, dog. Because you can't break me. Because I'm still going to cheer for my teammates. I'm going to go out there and practice with these dudes. I'm going to watch tape, and I'm going to teach the young dudes how to get better because I'm a real teammate, right? My issue with you is my issue with you. But my teammates, it's cool. Yes. So whatever they tell me to do, I'm going to do.
That's it right there.
That's well said. Right, that's well said. What up, Jake? What up, quarterback?
Like, here's where I'm at. Like, it's one of the worst things I've seen on a football field since that Antonio Brown incident in January of 2022. You straight up quit on your team, and your players Charvarius Ward and George Kittle, them talking about it after the game broke my heart because Charvarius Ward said, we're out of linebackers.
Bro.
We need you.
Bro.
He said, we need you. Like, it's not like you're quitting on yourself. It's not like it's the game of golf, where golf is you are responsible for your success and nobody else. Maybe you're caddy, but it is a singular sport, or gymnastics, or anything that's a singular
track and
sport.
field, all that.
Track and field, where you are the only person that matters to you. This is a football team. 53 other men are counting on you to go out there, to show up day in and day out. Dre Greenlaw and Fred Warner are the enforcers on that defense. You knew that, right? So when you quit on your team and you have a star player in Charvarius Ward who just lost a kid, say, we need you. That really hit strong for me. Because when you quit, like, there's no coming back from that. Like, and I'm going to show you, like, I don't know what other team would sign you. So you need 11 guys at any given time working in tandem together for a singular goal. This was a huge game for the 49ers. They lost. They're not making the playoffs, in my opinion, right now. Like, if they make the playoffs here, at least, or if they win this game, which it was a tight game, and I thought their defense played well, you have a chance to go on to the playoffs. You quit on your team, and there's other things that went wrong. We'll get into it. But you're no longer making the playoffs because you quit on your team. They're down to their practice squad.
He's like 30.
Linebacker.
He's not young, though.
No, 31 years old.
The crazy thing is, when he went out the game, I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but when Greenlaw went out the game, yo, they start running the ball on him.
No doubt.
Did you see it, though?
Yes, of course.
Up and down the field.
Different defense. I was going to come up here and walk off on y'all, you know what I mean, and play around, but this ain't even nothing to play with.
Nah.
I feel like Ward.
Yeah.
This is some sucker, S-H-I, and you know what it is. Straight up. There's no way that he walks back in this locker room, dapping people up, what's up, ain't no way. You mentioned all them dudes, how tough the San Francisco 49ers are, and dudes playing through injuries. I could promise you right now, don't none of them dudes play through injuries for the coach.
That's true.
We go out there with broken ribs, with ankles broken, with whatever injury it is for your brothers. I go out there for Jordy Nelson, for Randall Cobb, for Greg Jennings, for Aaron Rodgers. That's who I take the field for. Hurt. And the other people I go out there for is my family. Since we was little kids, they say no matter what happened, we don't what?
Quit.
Number one thing.
Come on, man.
Quit.
No matter how it may look, everybody has been through this, whatever it may be. Playing time, coach. Hey, what's up with my playing time? Everybody been through that. Coach, why I ain't involved? I ain't getting the ride. Everybody has been through that at some point in their career. With the coaches, with the front office. The players ain't got nothing to do with you not playing. All we want you to do is be available when your number is called, come help us. To quit on your brothers and walk off the football field and you are 100% healthy and can play and suited up to go out there and you watching your brothers get the ball ran down their throat in the position that you play that they need help at, and you in your feelings because of some plays, some playing time that has nothing to do with Fred Warner. Nothing to do with Greenlaw. Nothing to do with Hufanga. Nothing to do with Brock Purdy. To quit on your team and not take that football field is some sucker, and you know the rest.
Here's what kills me, bro. Shady said it. Everybody said it. If you even think of the Antonio Brown incident, they wanted AB to go into the game. The Niners needed De'Vondre Campbell to go into the game. There's a pivotal difference. The Bucs wanted AB to go into the game out of luxury. The Niners needed De'Vondre Campbell to go into the game out of necessity. The Niners' other linebacker, and D. Winters, he had to exit the game, I believe it was, in the first quarter with the neck injury. Dre Greenlaw's coming off an Achilles injury after 10 months, so he had to exit the game to tend to his Achilles. You got two linebackers down. So now they're searching for a linebacker. Need one to go into the game, and you don't want to go in? Because you have an inflated view of self-worth. Here's the other thing. Chase, you alluded to it. Let me elaborate on it. Singular sport athletes don't understand what we're referencing. There is no greater crime that you can commit in a team sport than quitting on your teammate. There is no greater crime. There is no greater crime. You do not understand this if you are a singular sport athlete. I apologize to all my tennis, my golf, my gymnasts, my track athletes. There is no greater crime that you can commit than the crime of quitting against your teammates. I remember tearing my MCL against the Green Bay Packers in a preseason game. Not a regular season game, in a preseason game. And because the Packers went hurry up, I couldn't get off the field. So with a ligament being held together by a thread completely torn, I ended up being out for the next 12 weeks. I had a cover 2 drop, and I dropped. I took the drop because I wasn't about to quit on my third string Eagles teammates. Players that may not ever play another snap of football because they likely getting cut, but I'm not going to quit. College, I'm on the ground scratching and clawing my way up because I wasn't going to quit. I got a concussion versus Nebraska on the third play of the game, making a tackle, forgot every single play. But I wasn't going to quit. I was just going to learn the plays when I got to the bench. Stack 5, I got a hook, curl, drop, bet. But I'm not going to quit. Yeah. You can't quit. Quitting, it is the opposite of what can occur in sport. Quitting is like, it is pure evil in team sports.
Yeah. You know what I don't understand, though, about this whole thing? I mean, quitting is bad. Like, you was the reserve already, though. Like, you were the backup, right? So, Fred Warner and Greenlaw was like their linebackers. That's everybody knows that. That's the combination.
Greenlaw hurt.
He gets hurt, so then we're going to sign you. Yeah. You know how the NFL works. So why are you mad if the starter's back ready to play? I didn't get that part. Yeah. Like, you know why we brought you here. Because you are a backup.
Even if you are mad.
At least for the team. I didn't get that part either, but at least for the team. And we saw the Instagram or the tweet that he put out before the game, which is wild to me. Why are you dressing as part of the 53?
Talk about a chase.
Or the 46?
Talk about a chase.
Like, if you know and you feel that type of way, at least go up and have the decency to go up to Kyle Shanahan before the game, be like, this is how I'm feeling, even though I would still think that's wrong. At least you're not hurting your team, and at least they can dress somebody else. They can dress a practice squad guy because they were down to no linebackers. They had to play nickel. They couldn't play their 3-4 because they didn't have enough linebackers. So at least tell the coach pre-game, if you feel like you're going to do this, like you didn't know you were going to walk off the field, like, or did you? Like, that's what I'm so confused about. Don't put the team in a bad spot.
Last thought.
Man, this man. I'm just looking at my man walking off the field. There's 46 dudes out there. Well, 45 now because you're walking off the field. It's 46 dudes out there that started this game dressed out. You walking off the field is 45. I can't believe it. Like, you walk through his head. It's just hard for me to just bottle this whole thing up. Like, Greenlaw came back because he like, I gotta be out there with my brother Fred. That's why you are coming back. Like, as a teammate, we all speak on it 24/7. It is a brotherhood. The National Football League is a brotherhood. It's totally different with your brotherhood in that locker room. Like, that's your family. You are together with them boys more than you are your own family. Thanks. You become family. So you're quitting on your team, but not only that, you're quitting on your family. This is your family, man.
Here's the thing, bro. I don't know if you saw it. De'Vondre Campbell, starting cornerback for the Niners. He tweeted after, not yet, Jacoby, not yet. De'Vondre Campbell, he tweeted after the game, and he said, "You are related by birth, but you are family by like what you sacrifice."
Come on, man.
He said, "You're related by birth, but you're family by what you sacrifice." But I'm sitting here thinking to myself, the worst crime a person can commit is a premeditated crime. An act of passion is one thing. Shady yells at me, I cuss him out back, whatever. But if I come to work like, oh, I'm finna go off on Shady, that's premeditated. Yeah. De'Vondre Campbell premeditated this. Yeah. Before the game, he tweeted what we had there up on the screen for a moment. He tweeted, someone is about to get a great football player that's been badly misused. Oh, well, let's get it, though. So you went into the game.
Yeah, no, you knew what you were going to do.
You went into the game knowing if push comes to shove, you gonna do this. You premeditated this. So Fred is spatting his ankle up because y'all know he got a broken ankle.
No doubt.
Brock Purdy getting his shoulder loose because he missed the game because he got a bad shoulder. Mooney is probably getting his tears out because remember, every time he takes a step in this life, he's probably thinking about the passing of his 1-year-old. Ricky Pearsall probably continuing to bandage up where he got shot, by the way. And before the game, you knew knew that you was going to do this. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it.
James, you said that you play for your brothers.
My brothers, man, in that locker room.
You named Jordy, you named
Aaron, Greg Jennings, Donald Drago down the line, Charles Woodson, all of them.
But you ain't say not one running back.
We got Brock Purdy up there. Why we got Brock Purdy up there?
Wait, say it again.
You say all that stuff and you say
over.
No, yeah.
It's
Show
over.
that part. Yes.
It's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
Because like it's hard to get this. He don't ever be real about the Niners. He loves them so much.
That is true.
And he's trying to blame everything on the lineman. Look. I know the linebacker should have played the corner system. I know that. But now we got that part out the way. It's over, though. Let's get to what really happened. The Cowboys, like,
you know, I'm not sad.
No?
No.
I ain't either.
You hurt?
I'm hurt and I'm upset.
Okay.
The Niners earned this season. They worked for this season. They worked for all of these losses. They deserve all of these losses. I said this about the Eagles. If you disrespect the game of football, good.
In a jet sweep motion versus bumping and versus running, because that looked like Cooper Kupp, and you got to give McVay some credit as well. That was a fast motion that got set. Is there a difference defensively? Talk about it from that scheme on how they even possibly could mess up.
I think the only thing was Hufanga hasn't played a lot this season. That was the safety that was in. He broke his wrist this season, so I played with the club. He dropped a pick. I don't think he has a lot of reps. I also think at times he puts on camera that he's not an incredibly intelligent player. He put it on camera last year. I told it to our producers 2 years ago. Although an all-pro player, he puts on camera at times he's not an incredibly intelligent player. He's the only one that busted. Everybody else locked. Fred was locked. Demo was locked. Ward was locked. Everybody was locked.
Speed of motion doesn't matter to you.
No, 3rd and 4, lock and load. We locked. Everybody stay locked. He's the only one who busted.
But I'm saying fly sweep or not, the coverage is man.
Yeah, but sometimes in
Stay
fly
with
sweep,
your man.
sometimes in fly sweep I have seen just bump, but I can't imagine where you want Fred Warner on Cooper Kupp.
I can't imagine it either. Chase, what went wrong for the Niners?
You need a break, though. We'll take the break.
It's Friday, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to go from a macro season standpoint. Just a perfect storm of issues for the 49ers. Like you went into the micro, and I'm glad because they did not play well in big-time downs in a big-time game, season on the line. You look at from the start of the season, though, the contract disputes between Brandon Ayuk and Trent Williams, they drug out, man. You had 2 players, not one. You had 2 players lose kids this year.
Gosh, please.
2 players lose kids. Ricky Pearsall gets shot. You have injuries to CMC, Brandon Ayuk, Dre Greenlaw, Jordan Mason, Trent Williams. Fred's playing with a broken ankle. At some point, these things just play into the psyche of a team. And it's unfortunate because going into the season, I thought this 49ers team was going to be good. I really did because they were getting some of their guys locked up long-term with Brandon Ayuk and Trent Williams. And it just reminds me, going to a Super Bowl and then even getting back to the playoffs is so tough. They did it in 2019, went to the Super Bowl, lost, missed the playoffs in 2020. Obviously, the quarterback got hurt. This year, it's just a litany of injuries. They went to the Super Bowl last year. They missed the playoffs this year. And it's not even an excuse. Sometimes things just happen off the football field that affects you in the locker room, in the football field. Now you got guys quitting. So it's just a litany and a perfect storm of all these issues for me when I look at the whole season that's caused the 49ers to really not play well.
Yeah. And we can always point to all the injuries, though, but I think it's even bigger than that. I think the issue with the Niners this year, man, was simple, just got complacent, right? I mean, they're used to just winning. You just name all the years from Super Bowls, the NFC Championship game, back to Super Bowl. They got too complacent. Yeah. Like, for example, when we talk about the contract situation, right? You don't think that one of the oldest players on your team, but he's one of the best players on your team, you don't think to draft somebody for his replacement and Trent Williams?
Trent, yeah.
Because eventually, Trent's a dog, one of the best, but he is older, he might get hurt, and eventually he got to go. So why not prepare a young guy to replace him eventually? Learn from the All-Pro, learn from this legend.
Especially with your young quarterback.
Right, okay. Your number 1 wide receiver, right? Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah.
You knew you really wanted him in the building. Why play the games? Get this guy a contract. Get him in training camp. Yeah. Get him and your young quarterback on the same page. You trying to see if Brock Purdy's the guy for the future. Why not have his best wide receiver in the building? You played around with that contract, and then you finally gave him the contract. Now he has to get everything back together, get his feet up under him, you know what I mean, all that type of things, and he wasn't ready to play. Debo. Now, there was so many different rumors. Were you keeping Debo? Were you not keeping Debo? Whatever it was, I think they didn't have a real plan for Debo because Debo this year looks frustrated. I watched him drop that pass last night. Yeah. That ain't Debo. That ain't the Debo we know. Debo's a dog.
He is.
Y'all can say what you want to say about him, this and the third. Debo on that field, Debo's a beast.
Animal.
And we know that, though.
Yep.
I could keep going. McCaffrey, you knew he wasn't healthy. You knew that. Mm-hmm. So why not get a replacement or have some type of answer for that, right? And I get it. Mason was doing well for so long, but how long is that going to last? I'm just being honest, right? So when we look at this team, right, it's like, what are we really doing? I got to go to Greenlaw. Greenlaw was hurt this year, right? What are you going to do for that?
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.